What's the best course for copywriting?
Today, there are loads of copy gurus and loads of copy courses. So which one should you get? What should you join? And how should you learn copywriting in the most cost-effective way, but also in the fastest way so that you can start your career with confidence and with motivation? But first, let's talk about the scenery. Here we are in Kyoto, Japan, and we're on our way to Yasaka Dori, which is like a very, very famous street, which is just near here. And there's a big temple, Yasaka Shrine Temple. And we're gonna have a look at that. It's one of my favorite sites. I really want to talk to you about copy courses and gurus, because when you get started now, there's so many people that pretend that they're expert at copywriting. They're like, here's how to make $10 bazillion as a copywriter in 2025. And a lot of them haven't really written much copy. And this is the first thing I want to talk to you about, is like, get copy coaching from somebody who has done the thing that you want to do. It's not just like, oh, I made $5 as a copywriter 5 years ago, but now I teach how to write copy. You need to work with a coach who actively does the thing that they're teaching you. For context, like for myself, I started copy coaching 4 years ago now. And over the last 4 years, I have still been actively writing copy for my clients. Like, I have not stopped writing copy just because I'm a copy coach. I still write today. As I'm recording this video, today I will be writing 3 emails for a client. The idea that if you get a copy coach, they're only gonna be a coach, they're not gonna be a writer, that's just a modern issue. Most copy coaches, previous copy coaches, like when I got started, they all were actively practicing the craft. And there's still many of them today that you can learn from. And I'm going to create a video on the channel about this, like a full in-depth video. If you'd like that video, let me know in the comments if you want to see it. All the best copy coaches that I've learned from and the ones I would recommend to you. But for now, let's just talk about how to find a good copy course so that you can get started with momentum and with confidence. So an important thing to think about when you're getting a course is, why are you getting a course in the first place? What do you want to accomplish? Because when you work with a coach, you can accomplish 3 different things. You can get a coach for information, which is why maybe many people get coaching programs when they get started, because a program has all the information you need. It has all the resources inside, and you can learn everything you need. So information is one reason people get a coach. Another reason people get a coach is for direct one-to-one feedback. And this is a very different type of coaching. It's not going to be all information, lots of content, lots of training. It's going to be all about getting direct feedback. It's going to be about getting stuff that's directly related to the thing that you need help with and getting specific. So if you already have experience, for example, as an ads copywriter, it might not make sense to get a course on how to write ads. It really might not make sense because you've already got experience writing ads. It might make a lot more sense to not get a course, but to hire a coach who has written 50,000 ads, okay, not that many, but like a lot of ads, and then they can give you the one-on-one feedback to take your ads game from like okay to like really, really good. They can show you the details of the process. So those are the big 2. It's like, are you learning something for information? If you're learning for information, you probably have no experience or very little experience. If you already have experience, it's probably better to get a coach one-on-one so that they can point out the exact thing that you need help with. This is what I always do. Like today, I don't really get courses on information, because a lot of the things I work on, I already know the general idea, you know? So I prefer to have one-on-one feedback. But when I first started recording videos and taking photos, like this video, I had no idea. I didn't know how to run YouTube. I didn't know how to create videos. I didn't know what I was looking for. So instead of getting a one-on-one coach, because a one-on-one coach, they're going to teach you stuff, but like, I don't know anything. That's when I started with a YouTube course. I started with a course on like good best practices, good camera, how to set up a channel correctly, everything. I like learned all the main things, and I implemented all those things. And today, I probably would still get a couple of courses because I don't feel familiar enough with YouTube where I can say like, oh, I know exactly what I want to do. But I can imagine about a year or 2 from now, I'm only going to work with one-on-one coaches for YouTube, because I already probably will have a good idea what I'm doing, a good idea how to do it, and I just need that coach to give me the like 1 or 2 key things that could make me go from here to here, right? You really want to keep this in mind. If you're already experienced as a copywriter, getting a course can help you to fill in the gaps, but don't spend thousands and thousands of dollars when you already know a lot about the information. If you're going to spend thousands of dollars, take the $1,000 and invest in one-on-one coaching with somebody who can give you feedback and who can give you the details and show you what you're missing. And that's the biggest thing I can tell you about getting coaching. It's like the most important thing. Get information for information's sake. Don't spend thousands and thousands of dollars on information. Information is easy to access, it's readily available. Just for example, like I have a coaching program, Copy Basecamp. It's $2 a day to join us, okay? And the amount of information in there is everything I know about copywriting. Like I don't hold anything back in there. It's everything I know about copywriting for just $2 a day. So there's a lot of coaches that will say like, oh yeah, I'll teach you copywriting. It's $5,000. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd say like, take the $5,000, put $2 a day into Basecamp or something else similar, right? You put it in there, you get all the information you need, you start taking action, and then you take your $5,000 and you pay a one-on-one coach to give you the direct feedback on the things that you're missing. That's a way better investment of your money if that's how much you have to start out. And if you have less, even more important, pay a little bit for information so that you get context on exactly what you want to do, and then save the rest for feedback, because feedback is really how you're going to get good as a copywriter. All the good copywriters I know, they've had a lot of back and forth feedback with really experienced writers. So yeah, if you want to join us in Basecamp, you can have a look at the link in the description. I'll make sure to leave it there. And yeah, I'd love to see you inside. It's only $2 a day, so you can try. And if you don't like it, you can always leave. There's no commitment long-term. You can just join for a month and see how you feel. So that's the first thing, right? Content, information versus feedback, and like specific points. The only other thing I can really think of that there would be a really high value in coaching is like an accountability aspect. So the third thing is like, are you paying for somebody to call you to action and get you to take a lot of action? Maybe if you spend $5,000, some coaches will do that, It's like, we'll teach you how to get clients. So there's the information. We'll give you feedback on how to get clients. There's your information there. And then we'll also hold you accountable to your goals to push you to make sure that you achieve exactly what you want to achieve. So those are the first three things I wanted to share with you. And let's walk towards the temple, and I have a few more things I want to share. And these are really important because you'll lose a lot of money if you don't keep these things in mind when you get started. I lost a lot of money because I didn't do these things. So in 2022, I wanted to make more money and work less. And I also wanted the travel lifestyle. And I was already traveling a lot, but I hadn't actually been to Japan yet. And I wanted to, just make a lot more money. So I made the mistake that I was telling you about. And it cost me like $35,000 because I invested $35,000 that year into coaching. It is really, really hot over here in Kyoto right now. I thought Tokyo was bad, but this place is just next level hot in the summer. And the humidity, look, I'm dying. But anyway, 35K. So I invested $35,000, and I'd say only 5,000 of that was a good investment. And the rest, I wasted it. It was a mistake. And this is the mistake. The mistake is to be in a rush to get where you want to be. That you just buy your way there. You will not make your dream income by buying courses. You will not make more money by buying your way to six figures. It's about the amount of time you invest. It's not about the amount of money that you invest. And I think as soon as you realize this, and when I realized this for the first time, I started to invest all my time and started focusing on what I could do with the time with what I'm learning instead of just buying the next course. Yeah, this idea of buying courses and buying your way to success is really a mistake you can make. And it doesn't matter what level of income you're at, because even if you're at $1 million a year, you can make this mistake. Take one of my friends. He's a millionaire. And in 1 year, he invested $300,000 into coaching programs and consultants and people. He invested $300,000 and he still wasn't really getting the results that he wanted to get. Then we started working together. No pitch here or customer success story, but we started working together. I quoted him to consult him, And I consulted him for $15,000. And within 3 months, he had tripled his business. He went from like 160K to 350K. He said to me, you know, of all the people that I worked with last year, all the $300,000 I invested, the money I spent with you, that 15 grand, was the best investment because it told me how to think better. It taught me how to, you know, see my business from a place where like I was in control, and like showed me where to invest my time. And that's really what we did. Like I just showed him like, hey, here's something that works. Do more of this. Here's something that's not working. Let's do less of that. Instead of just buying and buying and buying and buying. And I think people in the early days as well, like not even, if this is happening to millionaires, this could be happening to you too, right? Like in the early days, it's a lot easier to just spend money because you have money, maybe you have a job, so you have disposable income to just throw at problems. But it's really the time. It's the time that is the hard thing to invest because it takes hundreds of hours to get good at something. And it takes time to invest it in the right place to see results. So you really want to make sure that you are investing your time in the right place and not just buying your way to, you know, whatever you think is going to get you to the next level. So don't worry about buying courses so much. Get information and then focus on implementing that information, using your time for it. And that brings me to the last thing I want to share with you. All right, last point. This is really important. I care about you guys. I don't want you to lose money to fake gurus and people who make their course look so good and they really don't have anything to show for it. You'll see them very easily. Look at the testimonials, look at the reviews. Protect yourself. They're really good at recycling and making one result and one person who succeeded, make it look like 10 different people. I'll give you an example. Let's say Bob closes a deal and he gets to $5,000 a month. Copy Guru takes its $5,000 and says, congrats, Bob just made $5,000. Okay, and then there's another one where they have like, for example, a picture of Bob closing his first deal for like $1,500. And Bob just closed a $1,500 deal and he closed a $3,500 deal. So together that makes $5,000. Now the copy coach will use those two as like extra testimonials. So you have like Bob's $5,000 testimonial, you have Bob's $1,500 testimonial, and you have Bob's $3,500 testimonial, like all these different ones, but he'll like blur his name and like make it look like 3 different people. And be like, oh, this guy got 5K, this one closed 3,500, this one closed 1,500, like secrets, like this is the best thing ever. And then they'll interview Bob and then they'll be like, Bob, how did you do it? How did you close $5,000? And then Bob will share that. Now there's 4 now. Now you have 4 testimonials of the same guy. And then a year from now, they'll start using Bob's stuff again. And they'll start saying like, oh, this guy just closed a $1,500 deal. You'll see even in the text, I really don't like it. It's very dishonest. They will have a photo that said like screenshot, it says today because it's like a group chat or something, like today. But the today is like last year. And they'll say, wow, this guy they use the word just closed a $1,500 deal. So watch out for that. You can pick up on it if you're just using your brain and like you're attentive. And yeah, like very, very careful. Be careful of that. You don't want that kind of stuff. Those courses, I mean, there's probably some value, but it's definitely going to give you the wrong expectation if you think of all those testimonials. Oh, and last thing, like if they close 5,000 people in a year, like sell 5,000 people into their product, of course 10 people are going to get results. Like those 10 people are going to get results anyway. You want to look for a coach that's got like a significant amount of results, like a lot of results, you know, for the people that join, like an overwhelming amount of positive reviews and feedback. With that said, let's go check out the temple. The reason we actually came here. See you there. Here we are in Inenzaka, Kyoto, and you'll see in just a second, there's the Hokanji Buddhist temple.
Deep breath.
And up. Oh, and then there's a guy coming this side now as well. Okay, let's start again. Just one more time.